Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos like the one you're about to see here. First, thank you so much for tuning in and spending some time with me by watching this video. This is the second time I'm trying it. The first time I started to record this, I don't know if I'm just out of it today, if I'm just like super tired, but yeah, it was not working out. So as you can see, I have my sinking fun envelopes here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the new trackers that I've made for my budget planner, and then I'm going to color in my progress so far. In yesterday's video, I did some explanation and showed you the process that I go through to make a tracker, and the tracker could be used for debt payoff or it could be used for savings. So I have actually used for both at this point. So I'm going to open up my planner, and here you're looking at a tracker that I used to pay off our second credit card debt. So we had to, and this started about 2018. We had some home improvement that we did. We took out a home loan for that, and we ended up consolidating a bunch of stuff. But this one it started out at $14,400 and we got it down to zero. So this was the last debt that we paid off. And right now we are credit card debt free, but we are not debt free. So I feel like it's important to actually mention that and make the difference, because I think in my mind, I feel debt free when I'm credit card debt free, but I know that I still have mortgage and we have 2 leases for our cars and I have student loans. So there is no possible way that I can say I don't owe anyone anything. I do. But the credit card debt was very heavy, you know, and it kind of weighing on us for a long time. So I'm glad that we're at least debt-free in that area. So I'm going to turn past some trackers that I used to use. This is the divider that I made, and I just used scrapbook paper. So this is a little bit heavier of a cardstock. It's really weighty and very nice. And these tabs that I'm using here are repositionable. So if you stick one on and then you're like, oh, I need to move that, it's totally fine. You can do that. And I have them linked down below along with other things that I use on a regular basis. These are by Avery and they're fairly inexpensive. But like I said, you can write on here, and this is like regular paper, and then here you can put these down, lay these down wherever you want them, and then you can pull them back up. So as you can see, I have everything kind of lined up where I can read it, and I had to do some repositioning to get that to work out. But here is my Christmas Club tracker, and I know that this is super extra, almost to the point of being too much, but I had fun making this, and if I had to do it all over again, I'd probably do it a little bit different, but the important part of this tracker is the tracking part. So I have all my boxes here, and I have a starting point, and then I have a goal. So I'm going to move up here, I'm going to move up here, and then finally the third column. So what my Christmas goal is, and I'm calling it Christmas Club, is to get to $1,500 hopefully by December. So I do a lot of my Christmas shopping around Black Friday, and of course, because there's the deals, I think that kind of kicks off the shopping season for the holidays. But I have my envelope here, and that's the reason why I'd like to have this saved by December, because I'd like to have the majority of it to use well in advance so I can check off all the gifts and things that we have to buy. So I just kind of decorated it with a bunch of doodles and stuff, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each one of these, see where I'm at, and then I'm going to color my progress. So I'm very, very excited about that. That's the reason why I talked about this in the previous video where I was showing you how I made the trackers. The reason why I like to do this is because it's very satisfying for me to see progress on paper, and it's really fun for me to color in the blocks, and I find that it's not just kind of fun and visually appealing for me to see it like that, but also I find it motivating because I like looking forward to saving more and coloring more. Just like when I was paying down our debt, I enjoyed that too, just the reverse process. This is the emergency fund, and here is the emergency fund. This is where we get into many, many, many blocks, and the reason for this is because I have a long way to go. However, I did miscount my blocks, and I'm kind of disappointed in myself for that, but you know what? It's what's done is done. I'm doing these in increments of 100 because I need to get to 18,200. But if you can see down here, I'm only getting to 18,000. So at least I'm close to the mark, and that's good enough for me. If I could reach even part of this, I'd be ecstatic. But the reason why I'm saving so much for an emergency fund is because I'm trying to have 6 months worth of salary, and that's pretty close to 6 months worth of bills for us. So my old paycheck was $30.30. Well, that's my old income for the entire month. That's after taxes. So if I multiply that by 6, I have $18,180. So basically $18,200. And the reason why I'm trying to get to that point is because I've had a lot of setbacks with my job, and I'm not sure what else is around the corner. And everything that happened, you know, around the virus, financially and job-wise for us, really made me open my eyes and realize that we are nowhere near prepared for any type of job loss or a layoff that lasts any length of time. So I wanted to really start to focus on this, and this is really my main priority right now. So we also have one for the dogs, and we have 3 pugs, and I was so excited to find these little pug stickers that I could use here. And this is from, let me see what sticker pack this is from. I have a couple here by Agenda 52. Well, this one is LOL by the Paper Studio. Okay, so here are the characters, or the girls. They are similar. They're not exact. No, they're not exact. But you can see there's kind of a similarity here. So this is called Watercolor Girls and Icons, and that's where I got the pug sticker, or the girl walking the pug. And I think it's just so adorable. And there's girls that are shopping and just like look like they're ready to go out and have a walk. Lots of different icons. So that's where these came from. This one actually is a Happy Planner sticker. So I put that up here. He's just like marking the goal. So those are the only pug stickers basically I could find. So I'm starting here at $10. These are all $10 increments, and I'm hopefully going to end up with $1,000 in our dog fund. So moving on to savings. So our savings goal, these are lofty goals, guys. These are actually hysterical because thinking about my current situation and what it is with my job, I mean, saving this kind of money is just, it feels very out of reach at the moment. But I don't have a deadline for these things except for the Christmas fund. So this could take me a year, it could take me 10 years. I don't know. But this is another lofty goal, and the goal for this one is $10,000. And again, this is something that I would like to build up because we have a lot of projects in mind. I think a couple of things that we want to do for the current house that we're in is replace the flooring upstairs, and we need new appliances, and like I said, furniture, but furniture is definitely not a priority. We definitely have more important priorities first. But yeah, there's a couple things that we need to do, and we just don't have the funds to do it at the moment. Now, I could charge it, and I could even charge it on a 0% interest credit card, but the thought of running up a credit card in this very moment with everything going on and so much being unknown for the immediate future, I'm just not comfortable with that. So my goal is to just keep saving. So we're going to go ahead and color in some of these and bring them up to date, which I think is the most fun part. And I don't know, I'm just very excited about it. So I'm going to pull out my Christmas fund, and I have this new card, and I think I'll just write these off camera because it will just take forever. But right now we have $620 in this envelope. So I am able to color in up to, let me see, up to but not including 600, because the next one would be 625, and I don't have 625 yet, so I'm able to color into 600. So I'm gonna go ahead and color here, and I will actually, I think I'll do this and then I'll be right back. is what it looks like, and I feel like I'm just on my way to being about halfway there. So I need to reach this block to be halfway to my goal, and hopefully I will be able to reach that. I know July is just around the corner, so I'm kind of on the mark, but I think I need to kick it up just a little bit, and I think I'm going to be able to add to it this week. So that is what my Christmas tracker looks like. I'm pretty excited about it, and like I said, I need to rewrite my card, so that is all up to date in here. So let's go to the emergency fund, and again, that's something that I will go ahead and color in. And for the emergency fund, I am very happy to say that as of last week, I brought this up to $2,000. So that's huge for me, guys, because with everything happening and going on with my job, I am just stunned that I am this fortunate to be able to save like I am. It just makes me feel so much better about things, and I just can't even tell you how grateful I am. So I'm gonna go ahead and color this in, and then I will be back. There we have it. I know I am so far from my goal, but again, this is a really great start in my opinion, especially because I really didn't expect to be here in this moment in time, you know, saving this. But what I did want to mention is I'm going to go back in and mark today's date next to each one of these amounts. I just think that's interesting data to have. It's something that I did when I was paying off my credit cards. I just, you know, every time I paid a little bit, I put the date next to it, and it was really nice to kind of look back and think, you know, how long it actually took me to reach my goal. So let's go to the pugs. And here we don't have quite as much saved up, but if I can get to $1,000, I will be thrilled. Right now we are at $314. And this isn't in increments of $1 bills, so I am going to be able to mark off until, let's see where we're at, $310. Pugs all up to date. So what I just thought about, actually I'm going to open the savings because that's going to be the last one, but what I just thought about is it's really nice because I put the dates here. Well, actually only on some of them did I actually put the day of the month, but some of these I can plug in and kind of figure out how long it took me to get here, so I don't just have to put today's date next to this final total. I can plug in some of those. Savings, I have $850, so I'm going to go ahead and color that in next, so I can actually end up coloring until $800. And I'm just going to keep you guys here because this isn't very much to color. These are in increments of $100, with my end goal being $10,000. And again, these are pretty lofty goals in my opinion. I don't know. I'm just happy I'm able to work on it. You know, as far as I'm concerned, and this was the philosophy that I had about my debt, as long as you're paying something in the right direction, you're doing well. And I had to tell myself that so many times because as I was paying my credit card debt, and I talked about this in a lot of the videos I did during that time, sometimes I would make literally a $10 payment. And sometimes they made frequent payments. So if I had an extra 10 bucks, you know, I had it in my account, in my bank account, and of course I made the payments electronically, you know, I would make a payment. And then if I came upon another $10 or something like that, sometimes, you know, I would be in my account, or I'd have to go put it in my account, and I'd make another payment. And sometimes I would get, you know, a little notification that multiple payments made in, you know, within the last 3 days can sometimes take a while to post to your accounts. But I didn't care. I didn't care how many payments I had to make or how small they were. I felt like as long as I was chipping away, I was doing the right thing. And, you know, it just made me feel more motivated, and it made me feel like accomplished in some way. So accomplishments don't always have to be huge. You know, we make little accomplishments every day. You know, sometimes it's finishing a project at work. Sometimes it's cooking dinner 5 days in a row if we're used to getting takeouts. Sometimes it's, you know, having the house cleaned in the middle of the week and, you know, freeing up your weekend to do other things. Or maybe it's finishing that book that's been on the nightstand for a while. Again, they're little things, but if you put them into perspective as being able to finish something that you started, we're accomplishing things all the time. And I think that that is a really wonderful motivational tool to maybe even write those things down, track them, back plan. Back planning is something I do all the time. So if you're not familiar with that, what that is, let's just take, for instance, this planner that I cannot wait to start using. Take, for instance, the first week of July. Let's say, you know, you're now on Monday, July 6th, but you remember you got something done on last Thursday and you forgot to write it down. Go back in and write that down. And the reason why you should do that is for the simple fact that then you can check it off and you can see how much more progress you made than maybe you had tracked before. If you're not a tracker and you're not somebody who really needs to see that kind of pen to paper type of proof of getting things done, I mean, then maybe that's not for you. But personally, I like to write down everything. I like to make lists. I like to make charts. I like to do as much pen on paper as possible because it just, two things. It forces me to look at things and face them and keep on top of them and address them all the time. And the other thing that it does is it just motivates me. I'm a very visual person, and I just like seeing things like this. And when I look at this, and I see, okay, I'm here, and, you know, pretty soon I'll be coloring the rest of this column. Seeing that actually makes it feel more doable to me than if I just thought in my head, you know what, I have $800 in the bank and I need to keep adding to it. Great way to do it. The end result will be the same. You know, you can keep adding to it in your bank account and you'll reach $10,000. But if I have something like this, I just love seeing the progress, in that visual reminder. It's just extremely motivating. At least for me it is. So if you're somebody who is a visual person, if you're somebody who loves putting pen to paper, back plan your stuff, make yourself as productive as possible on paper, because I think that that positive reinforcement also helps us gain momentum and get more things done, and, you know, just keep that going. So that's my little tidbit. That's my little advice and kind of a trick that I use for myself. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. That really helps my channel. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to answer more comments. And if you have any feedback for me or suggestions for videos, I would love to hear them. Please leave those down below as well. And that's it. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope I see you in my next video. Take care.